Hey yo, Simo. Yeah. All right, man. Shoot, we back in this thing, YouTube. What it do? Let's get into the video. You know what I'm saying? The real thing I want to talk about today. So, first and foremost, let's talk about mindset today. And there's so many different ways that I could go with this, right? And I know your favorite YouTube guru done talked about mindset plenty of times, right? But I want to talk about it from a more spiritual perspective because I think that it's important that you're not only focused on the outward things that you can do, for your mind, but also the inward things. That's honestly the most important. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's getting hard out here, ain't it? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a fortunate situation right now, but you know, life is how it is. It can change in an instant. So I'm blessed to be where I am right now, but I see what's going on out here. And I know a lot of people are struggling. I've seen plenty of videos on this topic. I'm sure you guys probably have too. Whether you're on TikTok or X or Threads or YouTube or whatever, you've seen probably plenty of videos of people talking about the economy and blah, blah, blah. It's a number of things going on out here. Y'all don't want to get me started on that. Put my motherfucking tinfoil hat on, y'all. Y'all don't want me to go down the rabbit holes. But you know what? Maybe a time and a place. I will get into that a little bit more, but I don't want to focus on that right now because first of all, this is only my second video. Y'all trying to get my channel banned. you know, they watching and they listening. That ain't no conspiracy. That's for sure. But anyways, it's a lot of nefarious activity going on out here. A lot of that if you or I did, whether that be manipulation or the schemes that are taking place, the FRAUD, if you know what I mean. Your ass going to jail, I'm going to jail. But for some reason, they don't. Rules for thee and not for me. But back to what I was saying. Is the difficulty going up right now? It's like they turned this bitch up to veteran. We ain't on Hall of Fame yet, but we fuck around and be soon. We playing on veteran right now. And I think at this point, if you haven't realized, the game is getting harder. Whether you want to accept it or not. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. But we must play the game. So what's the way to play in 2026? That's what I want to talk about right now. Mindset. This is the most important thing. This is the foundation of everything that your life needs to be if you want it to last, if you want to free yourself. because it's interesting when you look out into the wide world of social media and you see your favorite celebrity is in them files. Yikes. Your favorite politician, he getting them files. She getting them files. What the? And we're all just moving around here like it's normal, right? I said in my last video that this world will test you. Life will test you. You have to be mentally strong in order to survive these days. There's a countless amount of things going on every single day, and you see it every single time you open up your phone and you start scrolling. You're not meant to see that. Whether it's a war over there or a war over there. There's a war going on every day. It's a war for your mind. They say mind your wants because someone wants your mind. I need you guys to understand something. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and drop a Bible verse for you because that's just what it is. But I'm not going to lie, I don't know the actual chapter and book, but I don't know. I'll probably drop it. Milo put it on the screen or something. I don't know. But basically it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. What do you think that means? The fight that you're fighting is not of this world. And this is where people start getting scared. This is where people start getting anxious. This is where people start clicking off the video because I think it just got a little spooky, didn't it? A little too mystical for you? I think it's so funny when people, don't want to get into that. They shy away from that type of rhetoric against this type of thinking because it doesn't involve anything that they can readily see, touch, feel, hear, see. And it's so funny because people get so caught up in this 3D reality that they forget that that's only, I can't even get my fingers close enough together. That part of our reality, the physical realm, is such a minute part of the greater whole that is this life that we're all sharing. And so, like I said, your mind is what affects this reality. Even to backtrack for a second, you guys know that there's a whole layer, a whole nother dimension that's here, right now, that we can't see, we can't touch, we can't feel it. Because we're not tuned to that frequency. We can't. It's just not, it's not for mere mortals. you want to. You can look it up. But your mind. Did you guys know when you close your eyes, all of this disappears? Because none of that matters. The only thing that matters is in here and in here. Because your eyes are projecting all of this out here. So your mind, I'm going to keep saying that, is so important. Your mindset. And I think that we all need to bulletproof ourselves. We all need to build our resolve. We all need to. Romans 12:2. I know this one because this is my favorite. Be not conformed to this world, but may ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What does renewing your mind mean? That means that all of the conditioning, all of the trauma, all of the things, the opinions that people said to you, you reprogram those things, those events, and you tell yourself a different story because those things don't serve you. I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick, and then I'm going to end the video. When I was a kid, I don't remember how old I was. I couldn't have been any more than 10 or 11 years old. Well into my sports career by this point. And I think I was out of school for the first half of the day because I had a dentist appointment. So I'm like, hey, that boy finna get some McDonald's breakfast. Hey. But my mom was taking me to the dentist, right? So I got my little breakfast, went home, brushed my teeth, flossed everything. I'm ready to go. I was never one of those kids who like really got that anxious at, the dentist or the doctor or whatever. But, I was going in there, and I think this was around the time where I probably was getting ready to get braces or whatever. Anyways, irrelevant. But I get to the dentist. I'm in there. I think this was just like a regular routine cleaning or whatever. My mom, she comes in there with me. Doctor calls us in. My mom's sitting down on the side there, and I'm sitting in the chair. And I don't know, this is definitely not the first time I've been to this dentist, but obviously I'm a little bit older now, so he's like, really like starting to talk to me a little bit more, shooting the shit or whatever. So he's asking me how old I was and just what I'm up to. And then he said, what do you want to be when you get older? Or like, what's your plans for X, Y, and Z, right? And I was like, I want to go to college, and I want to get a full ride basketball scholarship, and I want to go to a good school and, get my education and basically have somebody else pay for it. And if I can, go play professionally or, go do whatever. And I remember as soon as I said it, his face was like, it was almost kind of like, yo, kid, are you serious? Shit me? Sounds like a pipe dream. And he said, don't you know, that's really hard. Not a lot of people get not basketball scholarships, sports scholarships. Not a lot of people go to college and play sports on scholarship and get their education paid for and, get a full ride and, especially going to a good school. He's like, it's, basically just kind of like shitting on me, right? And I remember just kind of being like, damn, like, I didn't tell you that for you to just, shoot it down. And as I'm processing this, my mom was like, She said, you don't talk to my kid like that. Mind you, he didn't say anything wrong, right? Technically, he was just kind of spitting the facts to me. He's like laying it down straight, like, here's reality, right? My mom was like, we protect my child's dream in my household. You don't tell him what he can and can't do, and basically just kind of giving him the, like, what is it about? I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, or who strengthens me. And I remember that. That was a canon event for me, honestly, because at that moment I realized that that my mom and my dad had my back, but also B, that his opinion on my life was nothing more than an opinion. He can't tell me what to do. He can't tell me how to live my life. And the same goes for you. All of those people in your life, all of those events in your life, all of that trauma that you've experienced, everything that you've gone through to this point has led you to believe things about yourself that are not true. But you can't shake it because you keep telling yourself the same story. If you want to build your mindset to be bulletproof, you have to go back and you have to revisit all of these stories that you keep telling yourself that are no longer serving you. That person that believed all of those things from before is not who you are now, and not who you're becoming, and not where you need to go. That person can't come there. My phone just buzzed or beeped or something. That probably means it's time for me to wrap it up, you know? Also, just so y'all know, I did earn a scholarship to go play D1 basketball and D2 basketball, actually, because I transferred my sophomore year. But full ride in the sport of my choice. Because no one can tell you what you can and can't do. So build your mind. Protect your mind. If you have children in your life, if you have grandchildren in your life, protect them. Protect their minds. Protect their dreams. Protect their aspirations. Keep on keeping on, because I'm telling you, this life is it's getting to a point where it's imperative that you control your mind so that you can control your reality. All right, YouTube, that's all I got, man. I hope this video ain't too long. The last one was 20 minutes. Hopefully this one was shorter. It's probably gonna be about the same, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta spit this. Shit, you feel me? These folk gotta goddamn hit this shit.
Man, these folk got to goddamn hit this shit.
Man.
No cap.
I'm out. Milo, get these out of here, man.